Hey guys, what's up? StereoDragonGravity here, bringing you today another deck profile for Eradicators. Yeah. So a very fun deck and updated with the new units from BT14. And I actually took this to locals and I actually got first, which was amazing. A lot of great games, a lot of great people. So, first of all, of course, the starter I use is Eradicator Linchu. When it boosts and hits, boosting an Eradicator, you can retire opponent's grade 1 or less, and that's just amazing. So, yeah. Very good. Grade 3s, we'll start off with 3 Sweet Command Dragon. 1 SP, because I love SPs. And he's one of my favorite dragons, so why not get an SP of him? If you don't know his skill, it's counter blast 2, so blast 2. When one of your opponent's rear guards is retired, you can choose an opponent's unit in the front row, retire it, gains 5k, and you get a draw card, and etc. So, very useful. And what I love to combo with him is Eradicator Ignition Dragon. Now this is the new break ride from BT14. And what he does is when your Narcomi rides this unit, counter blast 1, your opponent chooses 2 of his rear guards and retires them. So, very awesome unit, very devastating unit, and we'll go more into detail with how you use them together later. So, and then I run a backup Vanguard, 2 Gauntlet Buster. He's just too good not to use. He's won me more games than Sweep Command, which is hilarious, but you know. Gauntlet Buster is Gauntlet Buster. If you don't know what he does, every time one of your opponent's rear guards is retired due to one of your Eradicators, he gains 3k and a crit. And I'll show a special counter blast 2, and to retire your opponent again chooses one of his rear guards and retires it. So we'll go more into that later. But now let's go ahead and go into our grade 2 lineup for this deck. Oh, wait. First of all, I run 4 12k attackers, Eradicator Spark Rain Dragon. Again, staple, help you hit columns and so forth. Very good card. Next, I run what you definitely want to help activate your Vanguard skills, since they need a unit to be retired first before they can activate their skills. So I run 4 Eradicator, Fiendish Eradicator Cho-Oh. What he does is when he's placed on Vanguard or Rear Guard, you can move a card with Eradicator in its card name from your field to your soul and retire one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row. So it's a very good unit, especially for this deck. But it's awesome that it doesn't use counterblast, since all your Vanguards use counterblast. Grade 3s anyway. Next, this is my personal tech and what I've been loving trolling my opponents with. I've run 3 Homing Eradicator. What he does is when your opponent's rear guard is retired due to an Eradicator effect, like always, he gains 5k. So he can be a really devastating unit, and your opponent doesn't want him on the field, so they might try to get rid of him, but that's why I run 3. And plus he's 8k, so another reason I only run 3. But still, very good card, and I love it in this deck. So, grade 1s. I run 4 of the Eradicator Perfect Guard, of course, staple. Yeah. Next, I run the Eradicator 10+k booster. You gain 3k every time your Eradicator retires one of your opponent's units. So, very good card. Helps you hit magic numbers. Next, I run 3 Demolition Dragon. He's your 10k attacker if you have an Eradicator Vanguard. He's there to help you fix columns and help you rush your opponent, because you know I'm gonna be retiring their stuff and getting good numbers, big numbers. So why not more pressure early? And if the opponent decides to attack him, then he's a damage sponge for you. Next, originally I wanted to run this one card from BT14. Don't remember its name right now, but what it does is when you ride a grade 3 Eradicator, you move it to your soul, and it retires a unit in the front row. And then it's okay, but Sweet Command already does that. So very good card. and she's actually helped me a few games, helping me not get grade stuck. So she's there for consistency, and yeah, very good. And plus she's a good target to move to soul. So yeah, that's her grade 1 lineup. Next, trigger lineup, I run 4 of those and 3 of those for 7 crits. Testing out, I would usually run 8 crits, but I decided I wanted more draw power, so I'm actually running 5 draw, 3 of these, 2 of these to confuse your opponent, and of course I run 4 heals. So I just decided when I was testing this I needed more draw power than I wanted. So, and I still double crit my opponents all the time with 7, so it's fine. So we are back, and I'm gonna go show you the ideal field for this deck and how you would use it. Because of playing and testing this deck, I realized that I had to change my strategy because it's much different than, well, I'd say 50-50, slightly different, whatever you want to call it, than the original Sweep Command deck, and I've featured on my channel. So let's go ahead and go through that. So this would be your ideal field in a perfect world. In a perfect world, this would be your field. And I didn't really ever get this field in tournament, more testing, but this is what you want to try and get. So, and I need soul, so I'm gonna put that in there. So your turn, we draw, okay? I drew a sweep command. I break right sweep command. Hold on, I need 4 damage. I'm prepared, yeah. So I have 4 damage, and I break right sweep command. Now you use sweep command's second skill first, move an Eradicator to the soul, retire one of your opponent's rearguard units, and you do his limit break since something is retired. Counter blast 2. You soul blast 2. Draw a card. So I got that added to my hand. And retire another front row. And then you do the break ride skill, counter blast 1, and choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, and they choose one or 2 of their rear guards and retire it. So, and since they happen at the same time, you choose how they resolve, which is really amazing in Vanguard, allowing this deck to really throw numbers at your opponent. So, for example, this would be the total power total. This gains 10 from the break ride, 5 from its own skill. This got 20k, this got 20k, and these both got 12k. So these are amazingly huge numbers all of a sudden you have. And then you would probably call a booster. Yeah, so this is your ideal field in a perfect world. I've never really gotten this off, but yeah. And if my strategy's been is if your opponent doesn't have a full field but you still need to put pressure, retire some units, I would go ahead and break ride, go. Because then I can retire some units, still gain power and a crit, and that's still a lot of force. Twin Drive, let's see, perfect world. Double crit, perfect world. So, this has been it for my Sweep Command deck profile comboed with Ignition Dragon. Very awesome deck, very fun deck. If you an Arcami player or just love dragons, I recommend building this deck. It's a very fun, good deck. So, thanks for watching. Till next flick, peace out.